Welcome back to the place where even the dirtiest, most forgotten pennies can turn into shocking treasures. Today, we ravel 5 Lincoln wheat pennies that look like they have survived decades of hard use. Their surfaces are scratched, worn, and covered with years of dirt and history. Most people would glance at these old coins for just a second before tossing them into a jar or spending them without another thought. But what if one of those battered little pennies was actually worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? Believe it or not, that has happened more than once. Some of the most valuable wheat pennies ever discovered were found in ordinary collections, old drawers, piggy banks, and even loose pocket change. One incredible coin sold for a price that stunned collectors around the world. So before you throw away another old penny, watch this video until the very end because one of these hidden treasures could be sitting in your home right now. And if you love discovering rare coins, fascinating history, and valuable collectibles, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss what could be hiding in your pocket change. Our first coin is the famous 1946 Lincoln wheat penny from the United States of America. At first glance, this coin doesn't seem special at all. In fact, many examples are found in very rough condition. The date may be faded, the wheat ears on the back may be almost completely worn away, and the once bright copper color may have turned into a dark brown or nearly black shade after decades of circulation. Most people would call it nothing more than an old, dirty penny. But experienced collectors know that appearances can be incredibly misleading. Sometimes the dirtiest coins tell the greatest stories, and occasionally they also carry the highest values. The year 1946 marked an important moment in American history. World War II had just ended, and the United States was entering a new era of peace and rebuilding. Millions of pennies were struck to meet the growing demand for everyday commerce. The Denver Mint proudly placed its small D mint mark beneath the date, creating the 1946 wheat penny. While millions were produced, very few survived in exceptional condition because these coins immediately entered circulation and were used every single day. They passed through countless hands, bought groceries, paid bus fares, and traveled across the country before eventually disappearing into collections or forgotten jars. Today, collectors carefully examine every 1946 wheat penny they find because condition makes an enormous difference in value. A heavily worn coin may only be worth a small premium over face value, but if it has an unusual minting error, a strong strike, beautiful natural color, or an exceptionally preserved surface, its value can increase dramatically. Even dirty coins deserve a closer inspection because dirt can hide important details. Cleaning an old coin may actually reduce its collector value, so experts recommend leaving the coin exactly as it was found until it can be properly evaluated. One feature that excites collectors is the possibility of mint errors. During busy production years, mistakes occasionally happened inside the mint. A coin could receive an off-center strike, a doubled design, a cracked die, or other unusual characteristics that instantly make it more desirable. These errors are rare, but they do exist, and when discovered on a 1946 wheat penny, they can attract significant attention from serious collectors. That is why knowledgeable coin hunters inspect every detail under bright lighting and magnification before deciding a coin is ordinary. Color is another surprisingly important factor. Collectors often describe copper coins as brown, red-brown, or red. A coin that has retained much of its original mint-red color after nearly 80 years is considered much scarcer than a dark brown example. Even though most dirty pennies have naturally toned over time, an unusually attractive surface can still increase desirability. Every shade of copper tells part of the coin's journey through history. Imagine opening an old family toolbox, searching through your grandfather's desk, or emptying a forgotten piggy bank in the attic. Among dozens of common coins sits a dark, worn 1946 wheat penny that nobody has noticed for decades. To most people it looks worthless, but to an experienced collector, it could be the beginning of an exciting discovery. Stories like these happen every year, reminding us that valuable coins are often hiding in the most ordinary places. Another reason collectors love the 1946 wheat penny is the connection it creates with history. Every scratch and worn edge represents years of real-world use. This tiny 1-cent coin may have traveled through post-war America, passed from shopkeepers to customers, crossed state lines, and survived generations before ending up in someone's collection. Holding such a coin is like holding a small piece of living history that has witnessed nearly 8 decades of change. When searching through old wheat pennies, never focus only on shiny examples. Sometimes the roughest-looking coins deserve the closest examination. Check the date carefully, confirm the Denver D mint mark, inspect both sides for unusual features, and avoid cleaning the coin. A professional grading service or experienced coin dealer can help determine whether the coin has collectible value beyond its age. Although most 1946 wheat pennies are common, exceptional examples with outstanding preservation, attractive color, or genuine mint errors have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auction. Those remarkable sales inspire collectors everywhere to continue searching through old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten boxes filled with coins. Every discovery starts with someone taking a second look at what others ignored. The greatest lesson from the 1946 wheat penny is simple: never judge a coin by its appearance alone. Dirt, wear, and age may hide a fascinating history or an unexpected collectible treasure. That small, worn penny sitting unnoticed in a drawer today could become tomorrow's exciting discovery. The thrill of coin collecting isn't only about finding expensive coins. It's about uncovering stories, preserving history, and experiencing the excitement of never knowing what you'll find next. Stay with us because this is only the beginning. We still have 4 more incredible Lincoln wheat pennies to explore, and each one has its own remarkable history, unique characteristics, and surprising value. One of the coins coming up later in this video has amazed collectors with its rarity and auction results, so you definitely won't want to miss it. Before we continue, let us know in the comments if you've ever found an old wheat penny in your pocket change, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin hunters. Your next incredible discovery could be just 1 penny away. The second coin, 1951 wheat penny. At first glance it may seem like just another worn-out coin, but appearances can be deceiving. Some examples have surprised collectors with remarkable values depending on their condition, rarity, and unique minting characteristics. So before you overlook that old penny sitting in your collection, stay with us until the end because you might discover something that changes the way you look at every coin in your pocket. And if you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and amazing collecting stories, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another exciting discovery. Now let's take a closer look at today's featured coin, the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin was produced at the famous Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark found below the date on the front of the coin. Millions of these pennies were struck during 1951, and because of that, many people assume they are all common and have little value. However, experienced collectors know that the real story is much more interesting. While average circulated examples are easy to find, certain coins with exceptional preservation, unusual mint errors, or attractive original surfaces have become highly desirable. Even dirty, worn examples deserve a second look, because every valuable coin starts with someone deciding not to throw it away. One of the biggest mistakes people make is judging a coin by its appearance alone. A wheat penny that looks black, stained, or heavily circulated may have traveled through countless hands over 70 years. It might have been carried in pockets, hidden inside old piggy banks, or forgotten in a family toolbox. Those years of circulation tell a story that collectors often appreciate. While dirt itself doesn't create value, many collectors have discovered rare varieties only after carefully examining coins that everyone else ignored. That's why experienced treasure hunters never assume a dirty coin is worthless. The 1951 Wheat Penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, while the reverse proudly displays two wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent. This classic design was produced from 1909 through 1958 and remains one of the most beloved coin designs in American history. For millions of collectors around the world, wheat pennies represent the beginning of a lifelong hobby. Every date, every mint mark, and every tiny detail matters. That is why a simple penny can sometimes become the highlight of an entire collection. Collectors carefully inspect every 1951 wheat penny using magnification, because even the smallest detail can make a difference. They look for strong strike quality, original reddish color, minimal wear, and any unusual minting errors. Off-center strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks, or other production mistakes can dramatically increase collector interest. Although these errors are uncommon, they remind us that every coin deserves careful examination before being dismissed. Another important factor is condition. Professional grading companies evaluate coins on a detailed scale ranging from heavily worn examples to flawless mint state specimens. A heavily circulated coin may be worth only a modest amount, while a beautifully preserved example with brilliant original luster can attract far stronger collector demand. This difference explains why two pennies with the same date and mint mark can have dramatically different market values. The condition is often just as important as the coin itself. One piece of advice shared by experienced numismatists is never to clean old coins. It may seem like a good idea to scrub away years of dirt, but cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and reduce collector appeal. Professional collectors generally prefer coins with natural aging over artificially polished examples. If you believe you found an unusual wheat penny, the safest approach is to leave it exactly as it is until it can be examined by an expert. Searching for valuable wheat pennies has become an exciting hobby for families around the world. Many collectors search through old jars of change, inherited collections, estate sales, flea markets, and antique shops hoping to uncover a forgotten treasure. Every handful of pennies brings a sense of excitement because nobody knows what might appear next. Even if most coins turn out to be ordinary, the possibility of finding something special keeps the adventure alive. Stories of unexpected discoveries continue to inspire new collectors every year. Some people have found impressive coins tucked inside old albums, while others have uncovered collectible wheat pennies in inherited collections that had been untouched for decades. These discoveries remind us that valuable coins are not always displayed in museums or expensive collections. Sometimes they are quietly waiting in ordinary homes until someone finally takes a closer look. If you own a 1951 wheat penny, spend a few minutes examining it carefully under bright lighting. Check the mint mark, inspect the lettering, and look for unusual features or minting errors. Compare it with trusted coin references, and if it appears especially unusual or exceptionally well preserved, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin grading service. A careful inspection today could reveal something that has gone unnoticed for decades. The world of coin collecting is filled with history, mystery, and the excitement of discovery. Every Lincoln wheat penny carries a small piece of American history, and the 1951 is no exception. While not every dirty penny is valuable, every collector knows that remarkable finds often begin with ordinary-looking coins. The third coin we're exploring today may look like it spent decades rolling around in dusty drawers, forgotten piggy banks, and old toolboxes, but appearances can be incredibly deceiving. Many collectors have learned that a coin story is sometimes hidden beneath layers of dirt and wear. Before you clean or throw away any old pennies, stay with us until the end because this incredible 1952 Lincoln wheat penny could completely change the way you look at pocket change forever. Now let's focus on today's featured coin, The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny from the United States of America. At first glance, it may seem like nothing special. Most examples have dark brown surfaces, scratched edges, faded lettering, and years of heavy circulation. Some are so worn that Lincoln's portrait is barely visible. To the average person, this coin appears ready for the junk pile. However, experienced collectors know that even a heavily worn wheat penny deserves a closer inspection because certain rare varieties, mint marks, and striking errors can transform an ordinary-looking coin into an extraordinary collectible. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that dirty coins have no value. In reality, dirt and discoloration do not automatically reduce a coin's importance. Some collectors actually prefer coins with untouched, original surfaces because cleaning can permanently damage them and lower their collector value. A naturally aged 1952 wheat penny with honest circulation tells a story of American history. It may have traveled through thousands of hands, purchased groceries decades ago, or rested quietly inside an old family coin jar waiting to be rediscovered. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced at multiple United States mint facilities. Collectors pay close attention to whether the coin carries no mint mark, a D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Although millions were produced, certain high-grade examples, unusual die varieties, and striking errors have become highly desirable. Even if your coin is heavily worn, it is still worth checking every detail carefully before deciding it has little value. One exciting reason collectors search through old wheat pennies is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, mistakes occasionally occurred. A coin could have an off-center strike, a doubled design, an unusual die crack, or other production errors that make it unique. These accidental mistakes are often far rarer than normal coins, and collectors are willing to pay impressive prices for authentic examples. That's why every old penny deserves a careful inspection under good lighting, or with a magnifying glass. Condition certainly matters in coin collecting, but rarity often matters even more. While a common worn 1952 wheat penny may only be worth a small premium over face value, an unusual variety or certified error coin can command significantly higher prices. Collectors are constantly searching estate sales, flea markets, garage sales, and inherited collections, hoping to discover one overlooked treasure hiding among ordinary coins. Imagine opening an old coffee can filled with dusty pennies passed down through your family. Most people would see only loose change, but a knowledgeable collector sees endless possibilities. Hidden among hundreds of ordinary coins could be one special wheat penny with characteristics that make it stand out. That exciting possibility keeps collectors searching year after year, proving that valuable discoveries can still happen today. If you think you've found a promising 1952 wheat penny, resist the urge to polish or clean it. Cleaning removes the original surface and often leaves tiny scratches that experts can easily detect. A professionally graded coin with its original appearance is usually much more desirable than one that has been cleaned. Sometimes doing nothing is the best way to preserve a coin's value. Another important step is learning how to identify small details. Examine the date carefully, check for a mint mark below the date, and look closely for doubling, unusual shapes, cracks, or other striking abnormalities. Using a quality magnifying glass can reveal features that are impossible to see with the naked eye. These tiny details are often what separate an ordinary coin from one that attracts serious collector interest. Stories of valuable wheat pennies continue to inspire collectors around the world. Every year, forgotten coin collections are rediscovered in attics, old jars, family safes, and inherited boxes. While not every old penny is worth a fortune, remarkable finds still happen, reminding everyone that history and hidden value can sometimes fit in the palm of your hand. The greatest reward of coin collecting isn't always the money. It's the excitement of the search. Every wheat penny carries a piece of American history, and represents a different journey through time. Whether your 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny turns out to be a common circulated coin or an exciting collectible, taking the time to examine it carefully is part of the adventure that makes this hobby so enjoyable. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope this closer look at the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny has inspired you to check your own pocket change, old jars, and family collections before spending another penny. You never know when a forgotten coin could become your next exciting discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Leave a comment below telling us the oldest wheat penny you've ever found, and we'll see you in the next treasure hunting adventures. The fourth coin on today's countdown may look like nothing more than a worn-out old penny that has spent decades rolling around in drawers, jars, and dusty boxes. Its surface is dark, the details seem almost faded away, and many people would toss it aside without giving it a second thought. But that is exactly why coin collecting is so exciting. Sometimes the coins that appear to have the least value can hold surprising secrets. Today we're taking a closer look at a dirty and heavily worn 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny from the United States. Before you assume it's just another old cent, stay with us until the end because this ordinary-looking coin has fascinated collectors for years. And if you enjoy discovering hidden treasures in everyday pocket change, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible coin story. At first glance, the 1953 Wheat Penny doesn't seem very special. Millions of these coins were produced at the Denver Mint, and they circulated throughout America for many years. Because they were used every day, countless examples became scratched, stained, dirty, and heavily worn. Today, people still find these pennies inside old piggy banks, family collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. Most people believe a dirty penny is worthless, but experienced collectors know that every old coin deserves a closer inspection before it is ignored or thrown away. What makes this coin interesting is not simply its age, but the possibility that it could hide something unusual. A coin that has spent decades in circulation may have developed natural tunning, unusual strike characteristics, or even a mint error that escaped quality control. Many collectors carefully examine every 1953 Wheat Penny with magnification because valuable varieties can sometimes be discovered where nobody expected them. Even a coin covered with dirt should never be cleaned before it is examined, because cleaning can permanently reduce its collectible value. Imagine opening an old cookie tin filled with dusty pennies passed down from a grandparent. Most people would see nothing but loose change, yet a dedicated collector sees potential. Every date, every mint mark, and every tiny detail could make the difference between an ordinary coin and one that collectors are willing to pay significant money for. That excitement is what makes coin hunting such an addictive hobby. The next great discovery could be sitting in a forgotten jar on a shelf somewhere. The D mint mark beneath the date tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. While the majority of 1953 Wheat pennies are common, collectors always inspect them for unusual die cracks, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. These rare mistakes happen during production and can dramatically increase the value of an otherwise ordinary coin. A heavily circulated example with no errors may only be worth a small amount, but a genuine error coin can become much more desirable. Condition also plays a major role in determining value. A coin that has been preserved in brilliant, uncirculated condition is generally worth much more than one that has spent decades in circulation. However, even a dirty, worn coin should never be dismissed. If the date and mint mark are clear and the coin displays an unusual feature, collectors may still find it interesting. That's why experienced coin hunters inspect every wheat penny carefully, instead of making quick assumptions based on appearance alone. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is cleaning old coins. It may seem like removing dirt will increase value, but in reality the opposite is usually true. Cleaning often leaves scratches and destroys the natural surface that collectors prefer. If you discover a dirty 1953 wheat penny, leave it exactly as you found it. A professional coin dealer or grading service can evaluate it without risking unnecessary damage. Over the years, stories have spread across the internet about ordinary-looking wheat pennies selling for impressive amounts. While some headlines are exaggerated, there are genuine examples of rare varieties and exceptional condition coins bringing strong prices at auction. These remarkable sales inspire thousands of people to search through old collections in hopes of making their own exciting discovery. The dream of finding an overlooked treasure keeps collectors searching every single day. If you have inherited old coins from parents or grandparents, now is the perfect time to take another look. Search carefully for the 1953 date and the small D mint mark beneath it. Use a magnifying glass, examine both sides under good lighting, and compare your coin with reputable collector guides. Sometimes the smallest detail can completely change the story behind a coin. Coin collecting isn't only about money. Every wheat penny represents a small piece of American history. The 1953 D. Lincoln wheat penny circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, schools, and neighborhoods during the early 1950s. It may have passed through thousands of hands before eventually finding its way into someone's collection. Holding one today is like holding a tiny piece of history that has survived for generations. So before you spend another old penny or throw away that dusty coin jar, remember that appearances can be deceiving. The dirtiest and most worn coin may still deserve a closer inspection. While most 1953 D wheat pennies are common, the excitement comes from the possibility of discovering a rare error, an exceptional survivor, or an overlooked collectible that everyone else missed. That thrill of the hunt is what keeps collectors searching year after year. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the fascinating story of the 1953 D. Lincoln wheat penny, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who love rare coins and hidden treasures. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a wheat penny in your pocket change or inherited an old coin collection. Your next incredible discovery could be waiting in the very next handful of pennies you examine. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.